Good evening and thanks for joining us. Onion Lake RCMP are asking for the public's help in looking for a missing youth who was last seen in the early morning of August 7th. Police say Therese Casey Okimo was last seen on Thursday at a home on Onion Lake First Nation. Okimo is 15 years old with brown eyes and long black hair. First Nations 5'4" in height and 110 pounds. Officials say it is possible that Okimo is in Alberta or Saskatchewan. Anyone with information is asked to contact Onion Lake RCMP at 306-344-5550 or Crime Stoppers. Well, heavy rain didn't stop hundreds of bull riding fans from descending on Lashburn last night as the 11th annual Brad Phipps Memorial Bull Riding Show kicked off. According to organizers, the rodeo has grown into an important community event over the last decade. Bart Pediasic reports.
After an afternoon of rain and mud, fans braced the cool air as they watched some professional bull riding action.
The crowd has been amazing. They stuck it out in the tent, hung out for a little while as we had our little delay, and our ground has survived. We weren't sure for a little while, but it's okay. It
was all part of the 11th annual Brad Phipps Memorial Bull Ride, an event that not only has riders from around the world battling for more than $10,000 worth of prizes, but a portion of the money raised in Lashburn stays in the community.
It's always tough. You're always looking for money for facilities and a new project in the community, and this helps us do that.
The event, named after Brad Phipps, the stands were full of family and friends of the local former bull rider who lost his life 17 years ago in a job site explosion. Curtis Anderson, a former bull rider himself and current advocate for those suffering with brain injury, presented a special poem in Phipps' memory.
It feels really good because I knew Brad, I rodeoed with him, so it's kind of good to give back. Brad's poem is my way of showing respect.
And now that the PBR is growing past its 11th year, organizers say Phipps would be pleased with the turnout and what the event has brought to the community.
It just goes to show the effect that Brad had on his family and friends by the size of the crowd here every year. And he did that by just being himself, a good man.
I would hope he'd be proud of our local area as well. I'm sure Brad would either be on a bull or behind the chute somewhere helping out.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
A couple of months ago, we told you about the Cold Lake Search and Rescue Squad, which trains often to keep their skills in tune. Well, today the team got together again, but this time they had a little help from Four Wing. Fraser Snowden had a chance to tag along and see how they work together.
It's not an easy job to do, dealing with long hours and oftentimes treacherous terrain. Calling in the base search and rescue team helps cover more ground, but also gives them more personnel and vehicles to help out.
Anytime you have a chance to have interoperability between the two teams, such as an experience like this, is never wasted training. So just learning how other people do business is the payoff.
Mobile 1, that's Roger.
Here in the Argo, this team has been assigned to cover a certain part of the search area to look for our victim, Stephanie. Teams were assigned different areas to cover, and after an hour and a half,
just supporting the ankle with a tensioner bandage,
they were able to locate the mock victim. In this particular situation, a horse team has been brought in to help out. These four-legged creatures will allow them to cover a lot more terrain than your quads and Argos.
They also have a very keen sense of smell and hearing, which is actually what helped us find Steph. She actually tossed something out of the bushes and he reacted to it. So just their heightened awareness, situational awareness helps.
Cold Lake Search and Rescue is made up of volunteers, and although it seems like a lot of work, they say in the end, it feels good to find what you're looking for.
I get some personal satisfaction in the fact that I can help out in my community, get training stuff that I would like to accomplish, sort of woods knowledge, I guess.
If you would like to join the efforts of the search team, visit the Cold Lake Search and Rescue Facebook page for more information. In Cold Lake, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.
With a growing number of Lloydminster's young population, the city has initiated a park revitalization program. Graham McCann has more.
The city is growing, and with this growth means children and families, so to allow for a diverse and vibrant selection of outdoor playgrounds, Lloydminster is tearing down 3 older playgrounds and rebuilding them.
Right now we're renewing the playground equipment at Bud Miller Group Picnic Area 2 and Messam Park and the Kinsman Tot Lot at the north end of the city. The playgrounds are all over about 20 years old, and they're just getting worn down, and there's starting to be some small safety issues with some of them, so they're aged out, they're ready to be replaced.
The cost of the project is estimated to be about $169,000, a cost that the city sees as an important investment for family and to encourage outdoor activity.
With the way Lloydminster's growing and the young demographics of the city, it's really important to keep up our playgrounds.
Recent new playground projects include the water park at Bud Miller Park, among other activity sites around the city.
While we're doing this, we'd like to make sure everybody knows that there's a lot of other parks to go to throughout the city.
For more information, go to lloydminster.ca. Graham McCann, Newcap News.